This is Wade from FishfinderMounts.com. I did a video yesterday and I released it on YouTube yesterday about our new Gen 4 coming up. Our new Gen 4 Livescope, Livesonar mount, active target, mega live, compatible with all of those technologies from those manufacturers. And I forgot to actually get in there some of the options that we're going to be giving you when you come to our website and you want to purchase the Gen 4. And this is particularly around the handle here, guys. So that's what I'm going to focus on here in this short little video I'm going to do right now. So right now what I've done is the video yesterday, you guys should go back and watch that on our channel, fishfindermounts.com. By the way, when you're there, make sure that you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. And then, you know, you'll see all the great things, new things that fishfindermounts.com is coming out with. But I'm going to start right now with the Gen 4 twist handle here. The twist handle is compatible with the Gen 3. We made it for that, but it's also, we designed it to be compatible with the Gen 4 system as well. So the Gen 4, what is that? Just quickly, well, the Gen 4 is moving away from the pin style receiver blocks that you see here, spring pin engaging with your beam, as you see here. And as you put that in, you would pull this pin and it would lock in and give you the distance. This is going to the beam, is what we call it, because in a log cabin construction, as for example, you would have a beam as the horizontal edifice or structure piece that's usually holding up a roof in a cabin. So I called it the beam because it is horizontal. It's going to get you up and over or out over your gunwale edge of your boat, okay? So we moved away from that to a new style of beam, but with a vise block instead of a receiver block. So here you have it, the vise block. And it's like, again, as I said, we're moving away from the pin aspect here, which is not as precise as this vise style that we've come up with. And we're the only ones that have this. We're the ones that came up with this. We're the ones that invented this, guys. So we're the forerunners of this technology, and it is the best, bar none. If you get this, you're gonna have the best on your boat. So here we have an emanation of it. I showed this one yesterday in that video on fishfindermounts.com. Just look up or just search into YouTube for fishfindermounts.com, and you'll be able to come to our channel, and you'll find this last video on here that I keep speaking of. So this was on there. This is a very basic handle. It's I believe it's 7.5 inches long here. You use an Allen key to adjust it if the camera's close enough to see it. You use an Allen key to adjust that. By the way, this is the directional indicator that you line up with your transducer, this green fish or the red one here. This will come with the Gen 4 system. The twist handle, it comes with it. The Gen 3, we'd sell them separately, but now we're just going to include it. So here, getting into the handle, okay? We got the twist handle right here. So this is great. Like, I think about kayakers where you don't have a lot of room on your kayak. It's just nice to be able to sit there, reach out your arm, and just twist it. Also, perhaps we have customers that have had various injuries or ailments, physical ailments, and maybe their motor abilities with their body aren't so good anymore. So the twist handle is nice for them as well. And whoever you are, if you want to just be able to do this, just twist your wrist. That's why we call it the twist handle. Twist your wrist, and your transducer, of course, twists as well. So
can you adjust the height of the handle?
Yeah, so actually that's a good question, Al. So Al, our cameraman here, has asked, can you adjust the height of the handle? So the great thing is that we have a shorter one. So this would be like for your kayak setup as an example. You can use it anywhere you want, but I would suggest this is our 12-inch sleeve. It only, like this, for the run of the sleeve is where you can't clamp it down here because this is the rotational part of the pole. This part, the sleeve, the oversleeve, let's call it, okay? This split clamp here, the part that holds the down pole apparatus assembly here, it needs to be on this sleeve runner, okay? Right here. So you got basically about 12 inches of adjustment, okay? Now we also have And I'll tell you why that's important here. We also have a 20-incher, okay? So you can order it in these two different lengths. And why this is important, guys, is because let's say you're on a bass boat and you're standing up and fishing. You don't want to be stooping down like this all the time. You want to be able to adjust that length above where it's clamped. So let's say this is very close to your deck where you mounted this piece, that being the vise block. You want to be able to extend upwards so the ergonomic factor is much nicer for you when you're fishing and operating your live scope, your Mega Live, and your active target from Lowrance, okay? So there you go. There is a 12-inch sleeve and there's a 20-inch sleeve. So thank you to Alex for that very good, pertinent question. Now, going back to the handle. So I've showed you the fanciest handle that we have now, the twist handle. Okay, and by the way, guys, one little footnote here. We will be working this coming season on a motorized version of this as well. So eventually, fishfindermounts.com is also going to be in the game of giving you an electronic twist. So you could just use a fob or whatever. That's going to become much later. Maybe not even for this season, maybe the following season, depending on how much complexity there is. This actual twist handle has got a lot, it's got a lot of technology in here. It wasn't easy to get this done, so it's quite fancy. The nice thing too, just a footnote here, is you can't turn it from here. It auto locks. So when you're in the water and you let go of the handle, you don't have to touch anything, do anything to lock it. It self-locks. It cannot turn from any kind of currents or anything at the bottom, only from the handle part of it. So it's just fabulous, amazing. So we've got that. Now I want to again, back to this is the simple handle. If you're fine to rotate this with your arm. That's the simple handle. That's the cheapest handle option right there. The fixed 7.5-inch handle there. Okay? And you can extend these handles, by the way, guys. I should mention that too. Let's be clear about that. You can take off that end cap from fishfindermounts.com, that fancy nice piece of aluminum there that goes on to keep the cosmetics looking fine. And you can add, say, a 12-inch. You could add a 20-inch. So we make these pieces. These are our 1-inch shaft extensions, or pull shafts, or shaft links, I think I call them on the website. And then you could add your handle end here again to make it all look fancy again. And this is a 7/8 wrench, by the way, guys. If you have 7/8 wrench, you can take two of them and you can tighten these things up really nice and tight if you want to. So something to keep in mind, but there you have an extended handle now. So all of our handles, okay, all of our handles are extendable. So you can get it to be as long as you perceivably need it to be. Again, just to show you, to be very, very clear, here is us extending the twist handle. Okay, again, extendable. This is, by the way, an older version of the pull, but it's still the same 1/4-20 tap here. There you go. Now you got a very long twist handle. You have to tighten that up, right? But there you go. You see that? Okay. And the mid tier, okay, so this is the very basic of the basics. This guy here that I showed you. This is the most fancy of the fancy. Our twist handle from fishfindermounts.com. And this is our more mid-tier deluxe extendable tilting handle. Okay? So maybe what I'll do is I'll just show you guys. So this guy, again, I'll just reiterate, the cheapest handle we got here is only adjustable up and down by using an Allen key. You loosen it off and you can move it up and down the shaft. And it's just straight out. Okay, straight out. 90 degrees angle. That's what you get there. So if you want to see what the more fancy extendable folding handle, as we call it, is tilting too as well. Here we go. We'll pop it on this pole to give you an idea of this. Just let me just put it down here. So you guys, this is adjustable, but with your hand instead of using an Allen key, which is first of all a nicer, more deluxe feature right there. So you can take that and you can have this adjusted at whatever angle you think you see fit. So we pop that on there, and I've got it at a bit of maybe a 30 degree, 35 degree angle there. But I can also have it down. Right, I can fold it up. That's the nice thing too with this handle is if you're concerned about portability, packing things into your vehicle and packing them out or in your boat or what have you, the folding extendable handle is really nice because you can collapse everything down just like you see there. So again, guys, one last thing about this handle here, the extendable folding handle there, is that it also is extendable. Okay, it also is extendable. And just so you guys can see, so it's very, very clear, because I know we have some customers that if they don't see it, if they don't actually see it, they usually ask all sorts of questions. So I want to make it very, very clear. There you go. And one thing too, guys, a final thing here is, with these cheaper handles too, like our lower end ones here, again, everything's all aluminum stuff. It's still fantastic quality. They're just not as sophisticated, right? We're rising up in sophistication here. You could get two handles like this if you didn't want to get into the twist handle, but you wanted it to be like, so we've got it like this. And as you rotate this handle, by the way, now this handle's close to you, right? So this is a nice way. You could even get 4 of these if you wanted. So that like you only have to turn it so far before you can grab the next handle. Because obviously when you're out here, you have to move your hand out here if you just got the one handle. If you're standing above it and stuff, none of this really matters. Like, at least for me, it doesn't bother me. But it depends on the ergonomics of your boat, what you're facing. Maybe you've got a high gunwale edge, you're on a very large watercraft, and as a result, you're kind of reaching over the gunnel. Maybe you want to do something like this. Obviously, your twist handle is quite a bit more expensive, so this is a low-cost way of maybe creating further ergonomics for your handle. So this is Wade from fishfindermounts.com showing you our handle options for the upcoming, very soon to be fully released Gen 4 from fishfindermounts.com. Give us a call on our toll-free number, our website. Visit us today, fishfindermounts.com, and make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching, everyone.